Oh, oh, I am a fool. I didn't think I was done yet. I'm not done yet. Turns out that I'm feeling like I should definitely 100% stream Superliminal again. Directly after I ended the previous stream. Now, this is all to get a single achievement. Gonna do the commentary one. So, I don't actually know if you have to, like, sit and listen to the commentary, but I'm basically just gonna try and speedrun the game from start to finish and see how long that takes. Because then I'll also have a time for how long my 30-minute achievement should take. I don't think you can get it in this because it needs to have the little timer on the top, but I think I can do it. I think I could do it. I think that it would not take me too long to do. So, what I'm going to do real fast is put that there, grab this, make sure that's above that, put that there, and then I'm going to click on my server and I shall wait a good second because I don't have the thing open right now. Let me just activate this for the status. Yep, alright, cool. And today we hit 700 followers too, which is awesome. I'm hoping that next year we can get to 1,000 because that would just be dope because then that would mean that I actually achieved a goal that I have had for such a long time. I already hit it on YouTube like a really long time ago, but that's all. That's YouTube. YouTube's different. All right. So first things first, I'm going to take a drink of this cherry Pepsi Max. Oh yeah, Nuck. We're doing it again. I have one achievement that I can unlock right now, and then for the next like week, I could do superliminal streams where I just try to get the 30-minute achievement, like finishing the game in under 30 minutes. I think if I do that daily, eventually I will be good enough to finish it properly. Then I'll have this as a 100% achieved game. I have 25 out of 27 achievements. And this one is going to be the commentary one. Don't know if you're allowed to stream this, but I'm basically just going to speedrun the game.
Are you filled with feelings of self-doubt? Do you find yourself prone to minimizing massive dilemmas? Or for allowing
I think you just have to... Oh, yeah, I have the voice turned off, so you can't even hear it anyway. Oh, this is amazing. This is fantastic.
Somnoscope technology provides safe,
Oh, why did it get louder? What?
effective dream therapy while you rest in the comfort of our flagship clinic.
Should I turn on the... I can turn on the audio, actually. I would like to hear some of it.
overflow parking lot at the University Medical Centre. Somnosculpt, we'll make your dreams come true.
When does the audio start kicking in?
Hi, my name's Chris.
Oh.
I was the producer and designer on Superliminal.
Hi, this is Will O'Neill, and I was the writer on Superliminal.
Okay, so that very beginning of Superliminal is actually one of the last parts we finished. Throughout development, we created so many different introductions to the game. Not all of them were cutscenes, like that one, but we ended up feeling that that in-game video sequence offered a really smooth on-ramp that let us set the framework for what's to come. By keeping it grounded in the world, rather than just a video, we felt it to be a good way to get you situated in the game and aware of what's up.
Apparently I suck.
So when I wrote the opening line of, "Are you filled with feelings of self-doubt?" at the beginning of the game, I was definitely envisioning a player immediately, unconsciously responding with yes. And of course, the purpose of that is to sort of pull you into the idea that you're not playing a character in the game. It's you inside this experience. And of course, making it clear that the clinic itself is not necessarily the safest or most prestigious place to get treated creates an immediate tension, especially when the very first thing you do in the game is accidentally sign away all of your rights.
True, you do that. That is factually accurate right there.
During eyelids, you will lose the ability to awaken suddenly due to realizing that this is a dream. Evidence: I have already informed you that this is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.
When we were playtesting, we realized that players were getting tripped up on different aspects of the resize mechanic. So we tried to make each puzzle in this level teach a specific action. The cheese puzzle is our way of forcing players to make something from very small to very big, and the puzzle after that is the opposite. This broken window puzzle is to teach you how to make things small and fit through a hole, but at a distance, so you can't simply walk up.
Hi, I'm Logan, and I'm level designer on Superliminal. We had this looping
Cool.
hallway for a while, but it was very nondescript and players got confused on where they were and they would get turned around. So our artist Steve helped mock up some windows and landmarks so people can tell where they are. Immediately, we found that playtesters weren't getting lost anymore and understood the moment.
Please stand by for polite recognition.
I think I can just speedrun this game, actually. I think I can just speedrun it all the way through. So, might as well.
Time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway.
Can you not do that anymore? I could have sworn you were able to at one point. I'm pretty sure that's literally one of the speedrun strats, is to just do that. I remember it being a speedrun strat. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm always wrong. Maybe this sucks. Bro, come on, man. Dude. There you go. You did it. Now you're coming with me, cheese. I don't need you. Maybe I do. I want to go over there. I just want to know what's over there. Just had an idea. What if the cheese was huge? What if the cheese got a little bit bigger? What if I stopped caring about the cheese, huh? Oh my god, the bed ate the cheese. The bed ate the cheese, guys. The bed ate the cheese.
The reason we ended up with this sleep clinic section is because we wanted to convince players that they might have actually woken up from the dream. So we don't have any dreamlike mechanics you can play with until you get to the vending machine. Later on, this becomes a hub you come back to in order to emphasize the feeling of waking up from a dream within a dream.
I have something I want to test out later.
We want the first moment of people walking into this hallway to
Hey, this is Matt. I did the music and sound. So, my brief for the jazz part of this soundtrack was always to do my best to emulate the iconic solo jazz piano sound of the great.
This guy sounds so
For that, I listened
fucking-
to an album called Alone. My process was to try to compose my own superliminal jazz standards. I fleshed out the first chorus and melody. Later on, I workshopped and recorded with my good friend John Reeves. And I'm so glad I did because his piano skills are so much better than mine.
Can you like become a bridge for me? Abridged. There's an Easter egg up there. I've been up there a couple times. There's an Easter egg up there.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk to you about being special. So special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are. But not to worry, we're working on it.
Coolio. That sucked. I do more I might do some more nugs tomorrow, get some more ranch going. So I tried ranch for the first time ever recently. I didn't realize that
Hello.
it was so
my name
good
is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
until after I tried it.
I'm just
I had a
popping in
friend
to give you
for a
a
really
heads
long
up
time.
on
She
something
kept telling me that like ranch was her favorite thing, and I was like, "Isn't it
But
just mayonnaise?"
please
Turns out
keep
no,
moving
no,
forward,
it's not.
and
It's apparently the
hopefully
best
you
fucking
forget
sauce on earth, and I didn't
be
realize it.
reminded that you are
Don't need that
completely
anymore.
lost.
Turns out it's absolutely fantastic, and it was completely slept on. It needs to be more of a thing in the UK, because until it is, we don't know taste. We simply don't know it.
Hi, my name is Phil Fortier, and I was the graphics programmer on Superliminal, and I also worked on some of the Easter egg design. So in this warehouse, you'll notice that there are actually 4 exits to the room, and the level geometry on the other side of the exits would actually overlap if it existed in real space. So to make the level design a little easier, we used our portal tech here. So the exits to the room when you leave the room are actually in vastly different physical locations within the level, but hopefully it should be all seamless for the player.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In the event that this elevator does not wake you up, please don't interact with anything that strikes you as psychologically significant.
Psychologically significant is my middle name. Oh wait, no, I thought you said broken. Oh, my bad. I'm tired. I'm very sleepy. So the thing I want to test out later is I want to click on the monitor because it takes me to a place that I kind of want to check out. And I want to see if it'll do that in the speedrun mode.
This is an automated message for all patients who attempted to use an alternate pathway to access the next phase of Somnasculpt therapy, but who have become trapped in a dream state paradox
Somnasculpt
instead.
therapy, these
Your
nuts.
decisions imply a failure of orientation, which
That was the sound of
reflects
my
negatively
nuts.
on the standard orientation protocol.
So the standard orientation protocol character is obsessed with proper orientation, and that makes her kind of thematically antagonistic to the idea of truth being, intrinsically tied to perspective. But to me, the fun part of it was writing her as being cruel without there being any actual malice to it. Like, she has nothing against you personally. Her programming simply can't see beyond proper orientation as being the only thing of any value to a somnosculpt patient whatsoever.
Stand 3 to 5 dreams per night. Once this threshold is eclipsed by entering more dreams, your mind will suffer an explosive mental overload, reorienting you for the emergency exit protocol. Please subject yourself to explosive mental overload.
Hi there, I'm Steve. I'm the art director of Superliminal. Originally, we had little plaques indicating exhibits within the museum, but we felt it was a little bit too on the nose, so to speak. You are the main exhibit, so I imagine the players wandering around a game with an exhibit plaque hanging around their necks.
Please note that a reluctance to volunteer
Not
for
all
the
of our
risks
interesting
associated
perspective
with
moments can be
explosive
built into
mental
puzzles.
overload
Some
implies
are just great moments that break your expectations. This level interprets a cube in multiple different ways, and even though none of these are difficult puzzles, they all work together to create a whole series of back-to-back surprise moments. It was fun finding the balance of making it feel like someone was messing with you, without making it feel like the cube is sentient.
Aw. This way. Guys, I'm at 16 minutes on the stream already, and we're on number 3 right now. Is anyone still watching? Are we digging the double stream? Is that something that people like? Because I don't know if I'll keep doing it. It's too much energy.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and despite
I don't care about your name.
We explored the idea of the game being an anthology of different stories, one story for each level. This level was the horror level, and I immediately knew what it would be about: getting the player to be scared of their own shadow. None of the scares. One aspect we wanted to explore and draw from was movie scene cuts, basically how a match cut in a movie might make sense in a game. This next moment is a good example. Carefully watch the cloud in the distance. You'll see that it cuts to a new scene.
Not if I completely ignore it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I can completely ignore it. Oh! Okay, if I was speedrunning, that would have given me the shivers. Hold on. Yeah, no, this is not the best time, I'm not gonna lie.
Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk more about the feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt I mentioned before. You feel this way because you want the kind of happy life you see all around you, the kind you know everyone else is enjoying. And that's exactly why we're here to help.
Well, I would have liked to have some, like, audio for this area. This area is kind of cool. That would have been cool.
Warning. You were advised to subject yourself to explosive mental overload by descending into additional dreams, but
Right.
have now descended into a dream
Here we
within
go.
a dream instead, disorienting yourself
Speedrunning
even
with the
further.
developer logs
You are
on.
responsible for failing to make this crucial distinction.
I know that I can do this without the light, but I don't want to. I've done it before without the light.
The object used in this puzzle was originally a flashlight, but unfortunately, because of how the mechanic works, it always placed the flashlight at the end of the room, which is not a particularly useful position for a flashlight. We tried a couple of things, but finally decided to switch to an object that could glow from both ends.
Ooh, that is kind of a neat thing to do. I know I can do this one without needing to do the thing, but, like, I suck majorly. Yeah, speedrunning with it on, kind of cool, NGL. Man, I suck. Oh, damn. How did I do this earlier in just 2 jumps? That's what I want to know.
Did you know that unintentional multi-dream layering occurs in less
When I
than 1%
prototyped this part, there was going to be a shadow of a monster on the wall that turned out to be a bunch of random objects when the lights turned on. The shadow always looked silly though, so eventually the reveal became the blood actually being red paint.
Nice. Do I have to click all of those for it to count? I don't think I do. Let's hope not. I enjoy avocados. Avocado. Greek was talking about an avocado earlier. In the game, I saw it on her screen. It's interesting.
We wanted to do a unique alarm clock for each level, but this is the only one that survived that idea.
Is that all? Okay. I don't know why I didn't fall over.
Part of breaking expectations is changing your definition of an object. A door, which usually keeps people out, becomes a flight of stairs if it is cloned enough times.
Attention. Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following
Yeah,
list.
so this right-click to return sign that I bet you didn't even notice is one of the most unread signs in the game. It comes up later, and it's also one of the most unread signs in the game there too.
Beliefs about the lengths of hallways and other side effects which have not yet been discovered or which cannot
Gotta
be
be kidding
understood.
me. I didn't even notice there was a sign there.
Let's talk about the smiley face. Because our goal was to break people's expectations, we prototyped a lot of weird moments like these. Some of them didn't work because they felt too meta. They would actually take people out of the game experience. This one, however, stayed because it was just subtle enough and playful enough that you could see it as a bout of insanity.
Aside from the core resizing mechanic, I think cloning the objects is one of the more immediately enjoyable mechanics that we put into the game. When we ran playtests, this one would always have people smiling.
I think the devs really liked this game. I like this game as well.
Warning. Dr. Pierce is frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel you. I have no subroutine to correct these errors, but I cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages. They would not make sense regardless.
Wait, I want to know if they said anything about the banana. Hang on. Well, literally nothing about the banana. I want to know more about this damn banana. Where's the door? This way? They're not going to mention anything about the banana?
Attention. Dr. Pierce continues to input significant errors.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I was the principal artist on
My
Superliminal.
introductions are redundant. I am a real
Players may
doctor,
notice the most.
Dr. School.
Lots of credit here to Max Hoarth, who plays the role of Dr. Glenn Pierce, for really nailing this bizarre line in an impressively short number of takes. We were totally prepared to have him record the words in like their logical order.
Oh, man. I finished it too fast. You'd think that they'd make you pause to listen to the audio. But no. The door is open! Avocado! Avocado. How did Greek crack the avocado open? Oh! 2 avocado. Avocado seed. This is what Greek showed me earlier. It must be like a reference to something.
This room kind of happened by accident. We originally just put a cloud video texture as placeholder as a way to expand on the cloud motif. It ended up working so well and fitting the tone so well that we made this a private theater room in the sleep clinic. It evokes a nostalgic and relaxing but slightly creepy feeling which seemed to fit the game perfectly.
Whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that.
Word. Am I too small? Too big. Door's too big. Door's too big. That should work. Don't want to be too big, don't want to be too small. Maybe the devs know that I'm speedrunning the game. Without actually speedrunning the game.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently had. Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
This will basically be the base time for my PB, by the by. Surprised I haven't seen any of the...
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Oh, there it is.
To read you my
This puzzle existed for a long time, but it took a while to figure out what the art was going to be because the bouncy castle used to just be a weird L-shaped block. Eventually, we landed on the pool motif and the bouncy castle and added a little bit where you go inside the vent.
shell of human nature or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do, don't focus on that.
Damn it. Let me in. Let me in. Needs to be like a little bit smaller, not a lot smaller, just a little. There we go. I'm in. I made it. I did it. We did it. Just gonna go over here. Pick it up again. Put it back down. Go over here. Why is it in the ground? Pick it up again. Stick it over there. Jump out of the window. Thing is, this is a time killer in the actual speedrun, because like if you get too far away from the door, then you spend like a good 20 seconds walking towards it, and 20 seconds is killer. It could be a
Because
killer
we have
thing.
portals that you can resize, the player can freely change their own size. This actually created a design problem because you could never predict what size the player was supposed to be. And if we dynamically changed the size of the geometry later on in the level, things could break really easily. So instead, we added these portals, like this doorway over here, which changes size in order to resize you back to the normal scale of a human.
Cool. This door is magic. Understandable. Now I'm normal again. Yay! Oh, hello.
Changing the player size through portals has a couple of weird side effects when it comes to programming. You have the obvious ones, such as needing to change the player collider, movement speed, jump height, and mantling distance. You have a couple of less obscure ones,
That's
such as
fine.
needing to change the camera's far and near clip planes, so geometry is less likely to clip. Another weird thing about player resizing is that gravity is actually constant across all sizes. So imagine you're in the perspective of an ant, and a giant shoe is coming down from the sky to step on you. That shoe in your mind might take a couple seconds, but in real life, it would be instant. Whatever size you are, large objects traveling through space should feel like they are moving slowly. So when we change the player size, we're actually also adjusting gravity in order to compensate for this as well. This is physically incorrect, but this feels better for the player.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
So that's my cat. His name is Finn, and he's a good boy. And we only had a day or two left before finishing the game, and we needed to figure out what kind of posters to put in our elevators. So I decided to have a little bit of fun with it, and this is by far my favorite, of course. The Cardboard Lovers Association also makes a nice little nod to the Cardboard Dollhouse.
I like how it waited before letting me continue. No.
The emergency exit protocol is the shortest lived character in the game, but my heart really goes out to him. Because just like a triangle player in an orchestra, he has precisely one job and he waits patiently for his moment to do it, only of course to have it snatched away just as that moment arrives. I think many people can identify with this feeling.
Error analysis complete. You are
Legitimately, yeah.
consistent with an increase in
It's like, hey,
hopeless
look at my cat real quick.
frustration. This is inconceivable, as somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions. Hypothesis: patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion: impossible. Reformulating.
Reformulate these nuts.
Improved hypothesis: patient requires additional somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion:
These
emergency
nuts
exit
require additional
protocol
stuff.
cannot proceed.
Whatever the hell you just said.
Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed.
Why is that so prominent?
Instructions:
Alright, so we're over 30 minutes now,
somnasculpt
but
therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources
we
have
did
been
have to listen to that guy's cat,
This
so
includes your standard orientation protocol.
What?
Goodbye.
what do I do? I'm back here. I'm back in the fucking building. Oh, it's this one, okay. I think I could hit the computer before it does it. Oh, I totally could. Hang on. But you can't make it to the end of the hole? Nope. And then it went dark. And nothing was ever seen again. Then I fell. That was pretty quick. Right?
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Thank you for
Hi, Glenn
completing
Pierce.
the Somnasculpt Standard Orientation Protocol. Before you begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like to briefly describe the finite and fragile nature of the dream state.
We had all these surprise moments prototyped, and so I wondered what it would feel like if we had a whole level of surprise moments. I wanted it to be fast-paced. The working title for this level was Chase. This is the boss level of the game, basically. It's inspired by the third act of the movie Brazil, how it gets crazier and faster paced over time.
Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective, of fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
The music throughout the game really goes through a significant transformation.
Oh, is it gonna make me
Piano
wait while he
is there to
talks
guide you.
about
Even
music?
as the music becomes darker and
Oh,
more
no, he's not.
electronic, it always has the melody, or at least a really significant role to play. It changes as you progress through the game. I switched to different types of piano, starting out with a piano Bill Evans famously recorded on. Later, switching to a more modern sounding instrument. I double it with prepared piano sounds sometimes. I use felt piano, and gradually more reverbs and delays as the game evolves.
I wanted to hear more about that scene, to be honest.
Is the piano.
I feel like that would have been cooler. Cooler and a little kooky too. Come here, friendship cube. You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later. That one's gonna get real confusing when it comes down to it.
While we respect the unique progress of every patient, you must understand that it is possible to completely exhaust your supply of dreams, thereby entering a state in which
Exhaust
you
these
will not be able
nuts.
to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms.
So when I joined the project, this infinite elevator sequence wasn't actually infinite. It was just a very large block of, 20 by 10 elevators. And the performance, as a result, wasn't very good. And the illusion could be ruined if you walked all the way to one side. So one of the things I did was actually make it infinite. So there's a much smaller block of real elevators, and the player gets teleported seamlessly by portals on each end. And so the end result is an infinite elevator sequence that you can just go in one direction forever.
So this one's kind of cool. So basically, you just got to go from one side to the other, basically. So instead of like traveling to each corner and going around in circles, you can just go corner to corner, and then it'll do the exact same thing. Which I think is pretty chill, because then you can just turn around and go. And I like that idea. It's very nice. And I discovered that today, whilst playing the game. Pretty dang chill.
This is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Sonasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream.
These nuts don't have access to that dream.
Warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail.
So coming up with the way to actually make the portal and a portal make sense for the player was a really tough problem. And we iterated on this for weeks with input from all different team members. So it was really a group effort. But it was important to get it right, because this is one of the pivotal moments in the game. And then another thing we had to do was figure out how to make the world degrade in a way that fit with the game's look and feel. And one day while prototyping, I just happened to accidentally assign a light map texture to one of the walls in the room, and I really liked the way it looked. Light map textures are textures generated by the engine offline to help with realistic lighting. So anyway, we ended up using this. So when the world degrades, the shafts of light breaking through the walls into the rooms, and that effect is actually driven by a light map texture from one of the other levels. This spatio-temporal moment of wonder is brought to you by the very long but invisible rectangular portals tucked behind these empty windows, looking out into other parts of the level you may soon travel to.
Pretty chill. Pretty chill.
This final level was designed with the idea of removing depth perception entirely. All the visuals are flattened.
And many years ago, I
Really?
had a dream.
Everything's flat?
I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing. Where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing
I really
it
do
exactly
appreciate
the way I wanted to.
Greek coming into the stream and actually helping me out before. I can't emphasize enough on how much I probably would have struggled getting the achievements without them. And now I'm like already like almost one achievement off, and I had like 15 when I started. So, you know, it's pretty chill. Shadows over here. Turn around. Go this way. Straight line. Okay, we're at, what, like 41 minutes? Okay, so I could definitely... There's definitely areas on here where you could definitely cut time. If I wasn't on director's log, I wonder if I'd be done by now. I wonder if there's a way to make the thing turn over as well. When you get to, like, the very end, I wonder if there's a way to, like, drop the piece so that it, like, falls
But in white space,
perfectly.
I also faced the
Since the universe that the players inhabit is seemingly created in almost a kit-bash way while within Somnasculpt, it was a unique challenge to show the players truly peek behind the curtains of the system. A blank canvas, a scratch document, an empty sticky note with some notes, little things creatively interspersed throughout. I think I derive some of the inspiration for what happens when you're playing a VR game and suddenly the game crashes to a totally white space. That feeling of disorientation, even though you understand the world around you is an illusion.
Yes. Everything is an illusion.
Negative space is another concept related to changing expectations and changing your perceptions of an object. This puzzle works really well because the solution is obvious in retrospect, but it takes people a couple of seconds in order to figure out. We actually had to add the looping hallway because without it, people would run out of things to do and immediately start rubbing their bodies against the walls and come to the solution almost immediately.
You're well beyond dreaming now, and further out than anyone has ever come back from. But we hope that you won't get discouraged. After all, if this is a place of pure perspective, isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
Ow, you fuck. Almost dangerified. It looks like you can do the thing that I was trying to do before, which is actually kind of cool. And I did it so fast that I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that when it comes down to it. As long as the majority of my time is spent on that section of the game instead of the other section, then everything should be fine. Give me that. Eat that cheese. Love the cheese. Love the cheese. Everybody loves cheese. Everybody loves the cheese, man. Everybody cheese. I'll stop saying cheese when someone says something in chat about me saying cheese that way. But everyone loves the cheese. I don't like this dropper level. That was pretty fast though. Gotta look down, look up, look to the left. Everyone has friggin'... Oh, it just shows you what you're looking at. Okay. What? What the fuck? Oh. Is that the end? No, it's not the end yet. Not yet. Not until the timer hits. God, can you imagine playing this at 8 p.m.? Can you imagine that? And then we're back here. Press the button. Game over? What happens now? Can't go back.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and by now you may have realized that all of this has happened exactly the way it was supposed to.
This last section was something that Logan and I worked together on for a really long time. When I first saw it, I had this great feeling for how it could be like a really nice, impactful moment. And so I got this really kind of awe-inspiring, inspirational music to put behind it. And Logan absolutely hated it. I stuck to my guns and asked him to stick with it for a while and play it for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, and see how things went. And he ended up totally coming around to my side of thinking. Initially, we were unsure if we went for this kind of pure feeling that it would just be really hokey. And I ended up reading this essay on television written by David Foster Wallace. And it really kind of encouraged me to kind of get over that sort of postmodern, too cool for anything aesthetic, and to just really go gung-ho into sort of rewarding you for ending the game by giving you something really nice.
This level was created early on. I liked the idea of giving the player some time to think about their journey rather than ending the game immediately, and I knew film-like cuts would be perfect for revisiting their experience through the game. Chris initially suggested a song for reference, and at first I hated it. I kept listening to it though, and eventually grew to love the song. Matt came up with a track that is even better than the reference material, and it fit perfectly.
Your life will always be a struggle, and you will always have problems. But today, you have the chance to see things differently. Even though it meant facing obstacles that seemed impossible at first, you thought outside the box, and you overcame them. Because you saw things from every angle, you understood them for what they really were. Because you kept moving forward.
Imagine if that was the last fire extinguisher you needed in the game.
Or how unexpected it became, you found your way.
Couldn't they given us the secret, like, little thing? Oh, or this one? Or that one, or that one, or that one. Imagine, like, getting all the fire extinguishers on the way back. Is it possible? Definitely not possible. But imagine getting the last ones you needed in the right times. I feel like they should have cut the blocks here.
In a few minutes, you'll be back in the real world. And some part of you will say that none of this was real. So how could it have really meant anything? But just like the power of perspective itself, it will have been as real as you believed it to be. All you've got to do is wait up.
Me when I wake up and everything is dark. Let's see, did I finish it? I got the achievement for it. Biggest fan achievement has been achieved. The only one I need now is the speed running in under 30 minutes. Why did I choose this? My friend posted about it on her Snapchat, and it made me really want to play the game again. And I very rarely see this
That's
game.
the game.
Yeah, and thanks
Can I do
listening
this?
all the way through.
Didn't listen all the way through. Sped around the game. Not my problem. Now, here's the thing. If I go to extra modes, there is no speedrun mode. So, how do you start the speedrun mode? Do you just go for it? Do you just new game? Continue?
Welcome back, Dr.
What the?
Pierce. It's
New game?
Are you filled with
Eggs main menu? How do you start the speedrun mode? How do I switch it up to speedrun? Main menu. How do I do this? That makes the fireworks, the fire sprinklers go off. So I just new game? How do I start it? Okay, time starts when you go through the first door in the introduction level. The initial opening cutscene doesn't count towards your time. The run ends when you interact with the alarm clock in the beginning of the retrospect level. What? This ends in the retrospect? Loading screens do not count towards your final time, which is helpful if you're playing on a console with longer load times. Many speedruns use software like Live Split on a PC to track their... What is Live Split? What is Live Split? Live Split. What is Live Split? What is this? This is an application you can download. Huh? What is, I downloaded it by accident. I don't know how to use it. What? Is there... Does anyone know how to use Live Split? Is anyone in chat right now that knows how to use Live Split? Does... Oh, I have a lot of messages because I turned off the notifications on my phone. Uh-oh. Uno momento, por favor. This. Send it to everyone. I'm totally not doing streaks in the middle of streaming. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I would never. I would never. So what it looks like is that you actually have to just... No.
Are you?
Main menu. You just do it through level select. Can I just... Do I just do it through level select? Do I just click level select? Actually, this is the perfect time for me to test that thing I wanted to test.
Are you?
No, it's not. Nope. Right, we're just gonna go. We're just doing it.
Prone to minimizing massive dilemmas?
I don't think this counts,
Allowing
so...
the smallest problems to get blown completely out of proportion. At the Pierce Institute, our
Do one speedrun for it, and then I'll stop streaming Superliminal for tonight, since this will technically be the 7th hour of me streaming, and none of my friends are awake to hang out with me, so I'm probably just gonna go to sleep. That and my nephew has to go to school in like an hour, and I've been awake the whole night again. Yeah. Right, go. There's no timer though. Isn't there supposed to be a timer? I thought that there was supposed to be a timer. Hang on, save and quit. Did that just close out the game? Damn it. Hang on. I need to know how to do this. Okay. Apparently someone's finished the game in 20 minutes. Oh, you're supposed to start at level select. So what, you're supposed to just do this? And then just go for it, I guess.
Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on falling asleep. Welcome to Somnasculpt. Your progress may be monitored by qualified specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our interactive, lucid induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control. Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol, and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of
I
your
wish
patient care
that
team.
there was, in
I
fact,
do not care.
an active timer that I could look at whilst doing this, because I can't see anything. Be pretty chill if there was a timer. Be pretty chill if I wasn't super slow. Pretty chill if I made this jump.
During
That was
eyelids,
really
you will
slow.
lose the ability to awaken suddenly
There's
due to
probably faster
realizing
ways
that
to do
this
this,
is a
I'm not
dream.
gonna lie.
Evidence. I have already informed you that this is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.
That was way faster than what I was doing, so when I do this again later, I'll do the exact same thing, but differently. Same with this, too. That was a little bit slow.
All environments perceived during eyelids should reflect a typical mental state. If you believe your mental state was compromised by Somnasculpt, please provide a comprehensive, rational explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card.
You're eligible for a card. This sucks. That's definitely a time loss right there. How much of a time loss? I don't know. We'll find out eventually.
Somnasculpt orientation. You did it. To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
Did they change it? Did they put something behind this? They did. They put that behind it. You used to be able to just push that down for the speed run. I don't remember. The alarm clocks don't matter. That's... Wait, that's activatable? Hang on. Alright. Stopping the speed run for a second. I already fucked it up anyway.
It's your move.
But I want to test something out. There's no way this works. They have to have put something in to stop this from working. But a little part of me hopes that this does work and I don't have to do the entire game again. There's a little part of me. Not a lot of it. I fucked it. Doesn't matter. No! Why do I keep doing that? It's fine. I'm at the end of the game anyway. It doesn't matter. No. Leave it alone. Leave it alone until you're over there. Then you can grab it and put it over there. Good. That's good. That's good. Is that touching? That's not touching. So then I'll grab this and I'll just put it here. And I'll just walk over. Because if this works, then isn't that like a major cheese? Someone's had to have tried this, right? Someone's had to have tried this. This isn't... This has to not be a thing. Someone's definitely had to have tried this before. If anything, it's a good way to get to the chess area to do a quick... to test out your chessing skills, I suppose. This counts, by the way. Once I get to the end of this, I am exiting the stream. I have streamed this for too long. I'm not in the mood to do a full speedrun right now. So that's not happening. Plus the little timer's not even there, so I don't even know if this actually worked. Fuck. Come on. Let's have a look. Nah, they got it. They patched that. They made it so you couldn't do that. That would have been really funny though, right? I don't actually know how to start speedrun mode. Thought it would be in the extra menus, in the extra mode. It's not. It's not in challenge mode, so... Oh. Only available through new game, and I had it turned off. Right. And it's not available because I didn't do new game. Which makes me wonder, actually. Is what I just did a thing? Is that possible in new game instead of level select? I just hurt my wrist really bad. I need to practice anyway. We'll do this. We'll do this test one more time. Exotic butters. When does the FNAF movie come out? It comes out this month, right? Where's the speedrun timer? Where's the timer? What? Just turned it on. Oh, 10 seconds. Okay, cool.
Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on falling asleep. Welcome to Somnasculpt. Your progress may be monitored by qualified specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our interactive, lucid induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control. Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team. I do not care.
Can't make that jump. Oh my god, I made the jump.
You will lose the ability to awaken suddenly.
I'm actually kind of
realizing that
impressed.
This is a dream. Evidence. I have already informed you that this is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.
I'm a little impressed though. Not a lot impressed. I wish I was a lot impressed. I wish. I don't get impressed very easily, and when I say something is amazing, I genuinely mean it.
All environments
But
perceived during
people
eyelids
don't
should
believe
reflect a
that
typical mental
when I
state.
talk about
If
people
you
that
believe
way,
your
so
mental state was compromised by Somnasculpt, please provide a comprehensive, rational explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card.
I like having a little speedrun timer on the side. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool, kind of cookie, kind of silly. Oh, holy crap. Hang on. I might not want to test out that theory yet.
Light recognition on your completion of the Somnasculpt orientation.
Holy
You did
crap.
it. To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
Come on, man. This is definitely where I lose time. I wish they hadn't patched that. That would have been cool if they hadn't have patched it. Still 3 minutes though. That's not bad, right? Loading times don't count, remember? Now, I'm going to test out the theory. If the timer shows back up, then it's a thing.
Welcome back, Dr. Pierce. It's your move.
Nah, they thought of everything. The timer's gone. Kind of cool though, right? Anyway, I am going to end stream. I didn't really want to do the speedrun thing anyway. That was a good run though. If I hadn't clicked on the monitor, that would have been a really good run. I might have been able to do it. But I'm tired and I don't want to do it right now. Right. So, thanks for watching. If you came from the other stream that I was doing as well, thanks for watching that too. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I will stream later on. Probably this. Probably speedruns. Who knows? I will see what will happen. Okay. Goodbye.